How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome to the penultimate video of our Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood watch through. I'll be honest, super not excited for this show to end. I'm excited to see how it ends. I'm not excited for it to stop. And that should really come as no surprise. I've been very vocal about just how much I've been loving this watch through, and to think that very soon I will have no more Fullmetal Alchemist is quite distraughting. That's a word, right? Distraughting. You know, what are words if not just sounds we make up to create meaning? If you understand what I meant, then it's a word. But regardless of how this show may end, whether it be traumatically, whether it be disappointingly, whether it be just an unmitigated amount of hype, I promise to you, the viewers, I will treat it with the utmost care and respect that this series deserves. So now, let's get into it.
The sun is male, representing masculinity.
The sun's got a cock now? What do you mean the sun is male? Have we confirmed? Is that why you can't look at it for too long? You'll be blinded by the sight of its Johnson? Here Comes the Sun takes on a way different meaning now. That's not even to mention the fact that that makes the Soul Eater sun way more terrifying.
The moon is female, representing femininity.
Oh, wait a second. I like where this is going. This show is making a huge mistake. I am so not mature enough to handle whatever they're about to say next.
When the sun and the moon overlap, then the two genders become one.
In other words,
an eclipse is when the sun and the moon doink. Also, I love how the sun is male and the moon is female, but an eclipse goes by they, them.
You mean you actually did it? Yes. I have done what I set out to do. Acquire God.
You mean acquire bod? Because bod acquired. The only God I want to hear about is goddamn. The sacrifice was absolutely worth it for those gains. Dude, put me on the homunculus diet, ASAP. This guy went from fat Venom to German swimsuit model in like 3 episodes flat. Who knew Father's final form would be Daddy?
how many lives were sacrificed for this?
Amestris is a large country, at least 50 million people.
Yo, somebody's gotta update Mustang. Not about the sacrifice, he's pretty up to speed about that. I'm talking about the fact that Father's hot now. A man has a right to know the type of gentleman he's standing in a room with. Damn you!
Your alchemy will do you no good.
I love Azumi, slowly ushering Mustang away into some corner somewhere.
What's that? The power of God is now in my control. With that, I can do anything. For instance, I can create a sun right in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, but how big's its cock?
It's one of enormous power, and it can be self-activated. Even if something should happen to incapacitate me!
Oh shit, Hohenheim's got a counter-sacrifice made? That's crazy. I legitimately don't think I've ever been more hyped for an anime's final boss fight than in this show. Honestly, I'm more excited for the final fight of this show than I am for Bungo, than I am for My Hero Academia, than I am for Demon Slayer. Every fight leading up to this one has been absolutely outstanding. I can't imagine how awesome the climax of this show has to be.
The moon's shadow, cast on the world by the eclipse!
That's awesome. What a fucking nonsense plan. What an outrageously silly plan that I'm absolutely going to let slide on the grounds that it is very cool. Oh, it's just sucking all of the souls out of him now? Cool, that's convenient. Thank God, I guess. Otherwise the entire cast of this show would be dead right now. Still, just outstandingly convenient that this can work.
What was that?
Was it just me? Or did we all just lose consciousness?
Does anybody else feel like they just experienced, 45 minutes of death?
And with nothing more than the souls of the Xerxians he already had, I doubt he can continue to control that which he calls God.
Damn, honestly, poor daddy. Dude was God for 6 minutes. The guy only got to make one son. Dude's gonna go the rest of his life being man, I wish I spent my time as God doing a little more than attaching a penis to a miniature sun.
A billion humans I can draw energy from!
Nice. I like how we're just doing Dragon Ball shit now. I like how we just threw out the show's entire power system in favor of laser attacks.
Blows within the ground is what the Alchemists do! What's more, the greater the power the other side has, the greater the power that I can use becomes!
Unrelated side tangent, but what's more is a phrase that exists solely in dubbed anime. When was the last time you heard an 8-year-old kid say "what's more" in the middle of an explanation?
Is your god so readily lost to your people? Is he? Heading to your fallen civil war!
I am so tempted to stop watching this show right now, just so I don't have to watch King Bradley die. It's not even that I don't want him to die, it's that I don't want to live in a world where I don't have more new King Bradley content. If I weren't reacting to the show, genuinely, I would stop watching it for that reason. I've done it before. Remember Netflix's The Punisher? Watched like most of that and then stopped because I liked it too much. Same with Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my favorite games ever that I will never see end because then it never has to. That is how I feel about King Bradley. This man is the best man. He's the best man, guys! Is there a wedding going on right now that's missing its best man? Because I found him.
Here to avenge your grandfather. Very well. Go ahead.
Any last words you'd like to say?
I was just saying them before you cut me off, you... bitch.
Such a sad life. Tell me, Bradley, was there anyone who you loved?
Salim was... pretty cool. He was the little boy, right?
Of love and guilt mean nothing to me, young lady. My wife understands. She is the woman that I chose to live by my side.
Your wife does not understand. This has all come as an incredible shock to her. Unless he means she understands that he loves her. In which case, that's sweet.
And now you've spent all your time asking useless questions and lost your opportunity for vengeance. What a shame.
I love that he was petty and spiteful all the way to the end. What a guy. Genuinely, like, probably my favorite antagonist in all of anime. I honestly can't think of any that would surpass him. Like, no. Like, none. Envy's up there, obviously, but Bradley's cooler than Envy. Every second Bradley's on screen is just a treat. I don't know, comment below, who's a better antagonist than King Bradley? Because I don't think one exists. Johan from Monster?
Now I think it's time someone put an end to all your damn posturing! So I am gonna take you down, and the truth along with you!
Okay. But this one needs to be Ed and Alphonse's victory, right? Mustang defeated Lust and Envy because they helped kill Hughes. Scar killed Wrath because he orchestrated the war in Ishval and it made sense for his themes. Armstrong killed Sloth because he's big. If the Elrics were ever to get a win, this would make the most sense for their character arcs because he is, like, this is the physical manifestation of the thing that stole their bodies.
Is it really true? You made a circle that returned everyone's souls?
That's right. And it worked perfectly.
That's right, kid, and I fucking nailed it, too. Now out of my way. Gotta figure out a way to get my body to look like younger me's.
The sweet memories! That's exactly the tub I took a bath in! Now it's your turn, Daddy!
Poor Greed is so not helpful. He helped weaken Bradley earlier. Actually, kind of not really. Actually, it was really Colonel Clampsaw and the old man. But, like, regardless, despite my one example of him helping not actually being real, now he's just literally in the way.
What the...
God, he's so cool. He looks so fucking sick. He looks like a Greek deity.
Go after him.
Right!
Let's move you. Someplace safe.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect to be so useless.
This is the most unfair outcome that could have possibly happened to Mustang. Especially considering the fact that it, like, kind of ignores his arc. If he was the one who ended up killing Envy, this would make sense, because it'd be like, oh, he was blinded by revenge, literally. But he didn't. He was a good boy and didn't kill Envy, so his rage didn't actually blind him. So now it's just like, oh look, haha, he's blind. It also sucks that out of all of the sacrifices, he was the only one who didn't choose to, like, do the transmutation, and yet got the most debilitating, like, like, consequence? Izumi, yeah, that sucks. She can't have children anymore. She can do 100% of all other daily activities, though. Ed and Al lost about 20 to 100% of their bodies. That also sucks, but, like, with automail and the fact that Al, like, gets to possess a giant suit of armor, they're also pretty good. Dude is blind in the year, like, 1912. This is objectively the worst consequence.
You're the one who's ridiculous. Only natural, huh? So it's natural to be a brainwashed punk who doesn't even try to think for himself?
It's weird watching this rebellious hipster argue with this preppy schoolboy about conformity. Like, these two just had the most high school argument out of nowhere just now.
What do you know, human?
Jesus Christ, what is he even doing to him?
Which means, Edward Elric, I can use your container. Your body belongs to me.
Oh, he's trying to go inside of Ed. Don't let a dude just crawl inside of you, Ed. What are you, Alphonse? Sorry, Alphonse.
You can't have it, Pride. I won't let you take this body. It's not a good fit for a homunculus.
Oh, let's go, Kimley. What a champ. Look at Kimley looking out for his boy.
Kimley, why?
Not by choice. I was perfectly content, but when you decided to throw away your honor as a homunculus, you forced me to step in.
What? You're mad that he threw away his honor as a homunculus? What? What are you talking about?
But then you suddenly find yourself in grave danger, and you seek to escape into the body of a human, the lower life form that you so despise.
So Kimley's mad that Pride broke roleplay? That's so funny. I like how Kimley is more prideful than the literal embodiment of pride.
He'll kill me!
If you think that, then you still don't understand Edward Elric.
When did Kimley become such a massive Edward stan? Kimley's over here acting like Edward's on his Eris tour right now. Kimley's the biggest Elry in Amestris. I'm cool with it. You know, whatever keeps Edward alive. It's just funny. Oh, didn't know he could do that. I love that Ed hates this kid so fucking much. He didn't just stop Pride from entering his body. He straight up went, "Move, bitch, I'm coming in!"
Stop this! Please stop!
I love that Ghost Kimley gets to keep his hat. Now it can never fly away. What a perfect arc. That is the most airtight and perfect character arc in all of cinema.
So this is your real body.
Gross, what? Don't just leave him on the ground there. I know everybody got mad at me when I said I wanted Mustang to kill Envy, but definitely step on this baby, right? Right? Like, you don't know if he'll regain his power. You know who could be walking along and fucking return him to the shadow demon that he was. I know you fucking climbed inside of his eye socket and beat the evil out of him or whatever, but you don't know. You just don't know what might happen. There are so many uncertainties with this scenario right here, and Edward's just gonna wrap him up in a little blanket and walk away. There are few certainties in life. This scenario contains none of them. Dogs are cute, that's a certainty. Marshmallows are universally enjoyable, another certainty. My Patreon is full of awesome, exclusive content. All of these certain and undeniable facts. What makes the content on my Patreon so incredible? Oh my god, I'm glad you asked, but I would have told you anyway. My Patreon comes flooded with content, including Food Wars reactions, Blue Lock reactions, and now, soon to be released, Hell's Paradise reactions. It also comes with access to my own private Discord server, and access to all of the live streams I've recorded in the past, and will record in the future. On top of that, you're also just helping out my page a a ton and ensuring that I'm able to keep putting out as much content as I do. If any of that sounds exciting to you, you want to help support me and get some bonus content, make sure you consider checking out my Patreon in the description below. But if Patreon's not really your thing, you still want to help support me, there are a few other links down there that you could check out as well, such as the one to my podcast, Otaku's Anonymous, and the one to my second channel, Honestly Brutal, where I talk about video games, movies, etc. And now, on to the next one.
Let's get him!
Suck 'em, slurp 'em up, get them souls, daddy!
I won't let you devour any more people.
Goes entirely against what I was just rooting for, but go off, Hohenheim. Go Offenheim.
And only through a stone can a homunculus arise. But what does a homunculus produce? What do you create?
Dude made a sun with a cock like 30 minutes ago. My man creates plenty. If you'd have let him cook, maybe we could have gotten a moon with tits. Or a pussy moon. God, I want a pussy moon. Imagine taking a step outside and there's just a massive vagina in the sky. Oh my god, the Etsy witches would lose their minds.
I can create. Shall I produce some humans for you?
Great ab shot. Those are some crisp looking abdominals. Also, it's a cool detail that Daddy doesn't have a belly button, considering that nobody birthed him. Oh, terrible ab shot. The worst of its kind. Go back to not having a belly button. You got too many navels now. Oh, you know what? Bullet dodged, Azumi. Your kid would have been ugly as hell. Oh, don't come at me like that joke is too far. You really think the hottest couple in the entire show wants some Elmer Fudd looking ass baby?
I have a body again. Finally.
No, stop this. It isn't right.
This is awesome. This is somehow a way scarier type of zombie than the other literal zombies that are already in this show. They're like guilt zombies. I'd rather get eaten than be made to feel bad.
General, it's the Central Command Center. Half of it's been blown up.
Oh, I love that. I love a massive act of landmark destruction. Like, I love seeing a landmark that we've all grown accustomed to and, like, recognize and love seeing get destroyed, but not so much so that it becomes unrecognizable. Like, I love the permanent crescent moon in Assassination Classroom. I love that that Central Command has been turned into a makeshift Roman Colosseum rather than a pile of rubble.
You two aren't in any shape to fight either.
I am going to burn up that Philosopher's Stone of his. I'll need the Lieutenant's help in order to do so.
Anybody got any fucking objections about that? No? Alright, then let's go. True though, definitely bring Mustang. This dude's batting 2 for 2 when it comes to fighting homunculi. You really can't afford to bench him right now. Also, do you guys think it's intentional that Mustang lost his vision but is dating a woman named Hawkeye? Like, is it supposed to be like that they complete each other? Because then, like, how does Mustang complete her? Maybe because his name is Mustang and she needs something to buck underneath her while she breaks it into submission?
If it hadn't been for those wounds, I might have lost.
Captain Buccaneer. He was working with soldiers from Shing.
Yeah, right? It was all Captain Buccaneer. Greed didn't do anything to stop Bradley. Has Greed actually contributed to either side of this war? Because before I was joking about him just being in the way and acting as nothing more than a minor nuisance to both sides, but now I don't know if I'm joking. I'm just trying to think of a moment where Greed made like a big impact on some side of this war. The sickest thing I have ever seen. Holy shit. I love how he's all like hyper-realistic looking. Like, this is the most detail they've ever put in a single frame of Alphonse. It's not even to mention how badass the context behind this image is. Dude straight up piccoloed that shit.
Never mind me, Alphonse! Your body! Alphonse, no!
Anybody got any tape? Any like pots and pans or glue lying around? Just patch up Alphonse real quick.
Because of Mr. Hohenheim. He got to me at the last second.
Oh wow, like father like son, I guess. Hohenheim piccoloed that shit way better than Alphonse, though. Actually, Piccolo that shit better than Piccolo.
Hohenheim!
You're first.
Stop it! Leave them alone!
Hohenheim, you just gonna sit there and let this man suck your son like that?
Your target is the man with the long blonde hair.
Wow, great shot by a random soldier. It's about time a random-ass, non-main character took out an antagonist, you know? That needs to happen in media more often. I want to see Batman fighting Deathstroke or something, and then a random-ass goon rounds a corner and is like, oh my god, it's Batman. And then he like throws a brick at the back of Batman's head and it kills him. And then he's just like, oh, I did it! I killed Batman! Also, wait a second, that guy said aim for the man with the long blonde hair? Dude, you might want to specify, there are 3 nearly identical looking men out there. There are 3 men who are basically the same man at 3 different stages of that guy's life.
Blue squad, hurry! White squad, you cover the white wing!
Jesus Christ, welcome to Amestris, the rocket launcher capital of the world. What is this, a bomb factory? This is where Squidward buys his pies? These guys were ready with 3,000 rocket launchers in record time. I'd say welcome to the gun show, but it's more like the nuke convention.
No!
Thank God Mustang had a completely clear path to fire that down. I got nervous for a second. If he accidentally murdered like a dozen of his own soldiers in this fight, it'd be like a whole nother 30 episode long arc he'd have to get over. Yo, you know what? Maybe Ling can teach him how to navigate with his eyes closed. That's like not even a joke. That's my actual prediction for what's going to happen. And just for anyone who hasn't watched my other reaction videos on this series before and thinks I'm being racist, I just want to remind everybody, it has been canonically confirmed that Ling chooses to live his life with his eyes closed.
This clapping transmutation doesn't feel natural.
Oh my god, that was sick. I also want Hawkeye to just be like, nice shot, Colonel. That'll— oh, fuck, he caught it! I didn't know he could do that! Run!
Nicely done.
I'll say, this could turn out to be handy.
Wait a second, what the fuck? Why is he just now learning clap alchemy? What about all those times you were rendered completely useless because you were wet? You didn't want to come up with some other alternative form of alchemy then?
Make him use his Philosopher's Stone!
Armstrong's punch-activated alchemy is such a cool fucking power that is so criminally underutilized.
Amazing! If I had power like that, then this entire world would be mine in no time!
Sure, agreed. Just hang out on the sidelines and let all the important people fight. At least he knows his place. He's like gotta be the one who ends up killing Daddy, right? He has to. Because otherwise— I think he's contributed nothing. He's a great character. I love having him around. But in terms of, like, impacting the war, I don't know if he's done that. And I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I'm probably forgetting something. Or, like I said, maybe it's to come.
Now he's toast!
Dude, I fucking love this power couple. This is such couples goals. Hawkeye hanging off of Mustang's shoulder and, like, directing his blasts is so adorable.
Maybe humans aren't able, but what about a homunculus?
Oh, here we go! It's great! It's time to shine!
Wonderful. You're just in time, Greed. What a dutiful son you are.
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's wildly embarrassing, but unfortunately, not wildly shocking.
Good acting, right? Huh? You can't take my stone from me without dropping your own barrier, stupid fool.
Oh, never mind, let's go, Greed, way to contribute. Look, it's a weird way to contribute, but a contribution's a contribution. I do like how even with his entire fist inside of another man's skull, Greed is just treated like a mild annoyance. Like, I know Greed destroyed Daddy's barrier, but Daddy's just like swinging him around like he's a, like a slightly heavy headband.
He can't keep the power of God he claims to have in check anymore!
Oh wow, eyeball in the mouth was cool. That was some Bill Cipher shit right there.
A stone! A stone! A philosopher's stone!
God, Al looks like an action figure somebody's dog got a hold of. He looks like a fucking clay vase somebody put their foot through. Get this guy a blanket or something at least. Wait, no, somebody alchemy his fucking body back together. What? Like, seal him up or turn the stone ground underneath him into more armor. Like, somebody tend to Al for once.
Get out of there! Stop, damn it!
Rough stuff. Rough stuff all around. Greed, you want to swing back around and do something? Al's got no legs and Ed's got no arms. We can use some able-bodied citizens here.
May, I need a favor.
I already hate the sound of this favor.
Ed was willing to sacrifice his right arm in order to bring my soul back. So, shouldn't the reverse be possible?
Favor declined. Tell him no. May, do not do him this solid.
How? Keep moving, brother.
Dude, what are you talking about? No way Al sacrifices himself. Will this kill him? That was devastating. That was the worst imagery that has ever been put before me. If Al doesn't make it back, this'll haunt me forever. That's dope that Ed's left arm. That's dope that Ed's right arm is like skinnier and has longer fingernails than his left one because it hasn't been used in years. Wow, super not how I expected him to solve the rebar issue. Definitely thought he was just gonna pull his arm out of the wall. Yanking the rebar out of his arm was a wild move. Jesus Christ, Daddy got rocked! Ed just made the ground beat the shit out of this dude. You know how painful it must be to get hit in the head with a rock? Imagine getting hit in the head with a rock that wants to hit you. That was the most genuine scream and the most terrified face I have ever seen. This dude didn't want that spear to hit him so badly, he fucking changed art styles.
Just keep going. Go, kid! All right!
Kick his ass out! Go, Ed!
I'm so here for the Edward Elric hype going on right now. Everybody here is acting like they're watching the main event of WrestleMania. I love how any of these characters could easily step in and help him right now, but they all just want to see Ed fuck this dude up solo.
I wanted the chance to have friends like these.
That's great. That's pretty great for like a multitude of reasons. First off, it's adorable, so we'll get that out of the way right now. Second, it's cool because the first Greed was also clearly just searching for companionship too, which is why he had his own weird little sewer gang rather than like a casino. It always struck me as interesting that the first Greed had like a mafia gang rather than a casino, for example, because it's like, oh, what about greed has to do with what he's doing? And now I get it. And it's interesting too that like Hohenheim, or I guess father, sees wanting friends as being greedy. Like, that's kind of sad. There's something tragic about that, too. Oh, what the fuck? This dude just turned into a nutsack monster. I'm not trying to watch full scrotum Alchemist here. Put your fucking veins away.
Get up, you novice!
Yeah, suck a butt, you novice. What a Kirito insult. And that is episodes, you're gonna make me check, aren't you? 61 and 62 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. You know, how many times can I end a video being like, it's good? Because it's good. It's so good. They're like really busting out the fucking thick-ass lines for this fight. You know what I mean? Like the animators are really like switching up the style a little in a really cool way. Studio Bones is sick, dude, and so is like Square Enix, low-key. I can't believe this is like a Bones Enix like collaboration, but it's so good. I'm just like prolonging right now because I don't want to get to the last episodes because I don't want it to be over. But, you know, c'est la vie, whatever that means. I think it means time to end the video. As always, let me know in the comments what your favorite jokes from this video were. Let me know what you thought of the video as well, and I will see you guys next time.
Hold on to me, baby. Won't you come a little closer? Will I live for now? I wrote